Hello, everybody. Hello. And welcome to Science here at Marengo-Union Library. I'm Miss Penny. Today, we are going to learn about slinkies. Seems like an odd thing, but there are amazing things you can do with slinkies. There are many, many things you can do with slinkies. The things you might think are going down a set of steps. So I made some steps here. And this is probably just what you think you can do with slinkies. Super fun, by the way. Oh, ready? We'll go. Okay, fun. Just keep doing that, right? And when you have more steps, just keep going. There's probably other ways to do this, but you have to be so precise and careful with how you send them down. Because you can't just take a slinky and knock it down because it just tumbles. You have to almost guide it down the first step, right? So we're going to kind of set it and then let it go. So if you notice, you just kind of set it on the top step so that it's really set firmly. Then you just take the top, but hold the bottom so that it stays, right? Then I'm bringing the bottom. I don't fully put it on this step. I just put like the bottom part of the circle. Rest it and then let it go. And oh. Let's try that again, okay? Hold on to it. I'm resting it. I'm just bringing the part of it and then resting it, letting it go, and it kind of goes on its own. So you have to play with it a little bit. And it goes. And anyway, Slinky, look at the way it just glides. I love it. So you guys, that might be the one way that you think to play with slinkies when you think of a slinky. They're just so fun, aren't they? Just the way they make a sound and they just kind of jingle right back together. In your kit, amazingly, shockingly, you're going to find lots of information. Some of the information in there is going to be who invented the slinky and why, and you might be surprised. So I think you should read up on that because you might be very surprised in how the slinky was made and why. Okay, so fun stuff, guys. There's so many other ways. In your kit, you are going to find out all the amazing ways you can like play with your slinky and do things with your slinky. And what's awesome about this is this has been around for so many years and there's no batteries. There's nothing to wind up. And yet adults and kids get amused by a slinky and can stay amused with this simple piece of coily wire or plastic. Some of them come in plastic for hours. Honestly, but there's so much you can do with them, guys. There's so much. All right, so I showed you what you probably think of the first thing when you think of a slinky. Now, let's do an experiment because, well, this is science, right? All right, let's do some science, everybody. All righty, so I am going to go up here. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying that this is not a miracle, okay? I'm just going to dangle this while I'm talking a little bit. This slinky that I'm going to show you, it can do what all slinkies do, even if it seems surprising. So, you might figure it's super, it's just like any other slinky, right? It can be. Nobody can manipulate anything on it. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take this slinky. I am going to hold it from the top with my hand. And then I'm going to release the lower part. It's going to slink down to its full extension, elongating. I'm using big words, everybody. And then come to a dangling rest. All right? I'm going to show you. Ready? Then I'm going to let the slinky go. Okay? So let's do this. So out of the shot just a little bit, I'm going to start up here, holding it. I'm letting it go now. All right. Now I'm going to do it so that it drops to the floor. Watch in the camera, okay? Here's the slinky just out of shot, but it's going to come into shot. I'm holding it from the top, and then I'm letting it go. So if you watched really close, you could see. Ready? So as I let go of the slinky, all right. Now comes the miracle. If you're keeping your eye on the bottom of the slinky, On the last curl at the very end, you will notice that at the top of the Slinky, that it starts to fall. But the bottom doesn't drop. You're going to have to try this on your own at home to really see this more clearly than in our video here. But you'll see the way it does that. So it just kind of hangs in mid-air, levitating. Ooh, as if it had its own magic carpet. It will stay there hovering quietly until a wave or a signal passes through the Slinky and finally reaches it. Apparently, the bottom doesn't know it's supposed to fall. So it just sits there, seemingly defying gravity until the very end. See how that kind of, there you can see it. Whoop, oh, I dropped it. See, it's so fun to play with a Slinky. So why does this happen? Why doesn't it fall right away? Why doesn't it just all fall right away? The bottom didn't know it was supposed to fall until it got a signal from the top. This is because of tension. Tension is what keeps the dangling Slinky from unraveling like a noodle. So this is your science lesson, everybody. It's the force of each coil trying to get the Slinky back to its normal shape. It's pulling like a chain of falling dominoes. But those lower coils don't move until the falling coils reach them. And then their tension holds them in place. Once all the coils get to the bottom, the tension is totally gone, and then the whole Slinky falls. Only when the metal directly above that last coil transmits the signal, only then do you see the bottom coil start to twist and fall. There's a lot of communication going on between the top and the bottom, isn't there? Who would have thought in this simple little toy, this simple Slinky, all that information is being transmitted to each other. This idea, though, this idea about all this information that has to pass through this object for the whole thing to know what to do, this can apply not to just Slinkies, but you can also apply it to pens, logs, arrows, and actually you can apply it to even all of us. So there is your science lesson for today, everybody. What do you think? Good, yeah, the levitating Slinky, the miracle of this levitating Slinky. So I want you guys just to enjoy your kit, and then I want you to have fun with your Slinky. I don't want you to think of this as science when you're playing with your Slinky. All this stuff in your kit is just giving you fun ideas to do basically with your Slinky that you're probably going to think of to do anyway. Or it's stuff, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So it's just stuff that you may have thought of on your own, or that maybe, you know what? This is magic. This Slinky is pure magic. But really, guys, just have fun with it. I hope that you learned something new about a Slinky that maybe, I'm going to get this to work one more time before we're done with this video, everybody. That is my goal, okay? Yes! Okay, have fun with your Slinky, everybody. Have an awesome, happy Thanksgiving, and I cannot wait to see you in December when we get to do even more crafts. Have so much fun with your Slinky because this truly is an amazing toy. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about, I don't know, just what the things that you've done with it, because it's just so fun. See, I can't stop. I just can't stop. Adults and kids, everybody can play with this. Remember, as you're playing with it, don't stretch it really, really hard and really far, because if you do, you will actually stretch these coils and they may not go back together. So be really careful when you're doing that, okay, while you're playing with your Slinky. But in the meantime, have fun. Have a great Thanksgiving. Goodbye, everybody.